the Johannesburg City Council has until the next 24 hours to finish 2 programs. The State of the City Address, that will be debated, and between now and lunchtime, and then it will also table the budget, which is estimated to be at just over 75 billion rand. That budget has to be endorsed by the majority of the parties in council. Should that not happen, the city might be placed under administration. Newzroom Afrika's Ziniko Mhlaba is following these developments for us, and he joins us live now. Ziniko, good morning to you. Well, there is no debate about the kind of pressure that is being exerted on the MMC of Finance, Mr. Tata Morero, about this budget getting over the line. Otherwise, the Speaker made it clear yesterday that the city is going to be possibly placed under administration. So how tense is this situation? Do we know whether all parties in council will likely vote in favor of this budget?
Well, Chloe, it's a very, very important day for the city of Johannesburg indeed. Looking at how the events took place in the last session of this council, remember that the political parties were still engaging on the State of the City Address when the mayor fell ill. But just looking at the attitude and the intensity of the various voices from different political parties, we could hear that the political parties were pulling no punches. And so today is going to be very, very important. But I think the debate, which is expected to kick off at about 10 a.m. today, will give us a sense of how the political parties are viewing that budget, that debate that was delivered, but that speech that was delivered by the mayor. So looking at their response and attitude towards those priorities, I think that will give us a sense whether the political parties are likely then to endorse that budget, which is expected to be tabled today. So it's going to be a very, very busy day for the city of Johannesburg, especially for the councillors. They have to complete those 2 items today, conclude that debate, but also get into the budget. So are they going to be able to do that? Let me bring in the spokesperson of the city of Johannesburg, Ntate Madingwane. A very, very important day, expected to be very, very long. But are you going to cross the line? Are you going to meet the deadline today?
Today is a very big day. It's a very important day. Council has to conclude the business that was not concluded last week, which is debating SOCA. And then the MMC for Finance will deliver the budget speech. The critical day is tomorrow, where the budget will be debated. And then the budget will be tabled to council for council approval. So it's 2 days that are hectic, that are busy, which are important in the calendar of council. And we're hoping that all political parties will put residents of Johannesburg first.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
That you said, the spokesperson for the city of Johannesburg, they're saying they are ready and just hoping that the political parties will find each other. Let's bring in the former Speaker of the Johannesburg Council, Mr. Tegama, who's going to give us a sense of feasibility of the task ahead. Say, as a former Speaker, you definitely know the processes and the procedures and the attitude of your fellow colleagues from across the parties. Realistically, is it going to happen?
Well, I think the presentation is today by the MMC, and obviously it would be Dada Morera. He will present the budget today. Obviously, we've gone through the budget, and I think the biggest problems is obviously the IDP consultations that have not happened up to what we expect. In other words, the mayor was absent in most of the presentations on the IDP, and whether what the communities were complaining about is actually captured within the budget. Different wards, you had ward councils that gave some inputs into what their communities expect, and hopefully, let's hear today. Tomorrow is the main debate, obviously on the different items within the budget, and the loan. Whether in fact, and as you remember last year, this same coalition actually rejected the loan funding. when it was presented, and that's why the city went through 6 months of battling to keep up with service delivery, and whether they will play catch up.
Just in a minute, sir, very quickly, how serious are you concerned? How serious are they? And are you able to let them go should the budget meet most of your concerns? How serious are your concerns?
I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned. What I've gone through right now is not what is expected and will fix the city.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tegama. Mr. Tegama, the former Speaker of the City of Johannesburg, also the spokesperson of the city, Ndade Madingwane, is saying the city is going to be very, very push. It will push that all the activities scheduled for today and tomorrow to ensure that they do happen. Also mentioning the fact that tomorrow is a very, very critical day. That's where the political parties will debate and also vote on the budget. Should that not happen, the serious risk that the city might be put under administration. Back to you, Paul.
Thank you very much, Ziniko Mhlaba. So, 2 critical days for the city of Johannesburg. We're going to have to watch very closely the developments there.